Right, running back, Turbo Fog. Only changed one card. We added another Night of Autumn because we were having problems with Sorcerer Spyglass. But other than that, it's basically the list we played last league. I just want to keep getting in reps with this. I think this has potential. Isn't Blink just better against stuff like Spyglass? They didn't just recast Spyglass though the next turn. Like if you literally go off after casting the Blink, then sure. But if you literally go off after casting the Blink, then it's good against Spyglass. But did you try Temporal for the bounce? We've not tried out Temporal. I was always super medium on it in the old lists last standard, so I'd like to avoid it if possible, especially now that we've got like a much better creature than Reclamation Sage or Manglehorn for answering Spyglass. Another Night of Autumn. There are 3 nights now. Means we'll get 3 wins this time, right? A win per night. I can't mulligan this. This is so close to absurd. We need... If we run a couple land drops, we can't actually lose the game. I'm keeping this. The number of bears is just too damn low. Oh my god, Phil. Steam vents. Alright, land drop, please. Land drop, one time. Are they on Jeskai control? Jeskai control can't be a great matchup for us. Also, we're incredibly lucky. If they're on Jeskai control, I just want to resolve search rather than gift, right? Just get this in underneath a cancel. In the graveyard. Draw my land for turn. Awesome. I could just draw 2 this turn. I think this is fine though. If they want to counter this, I'm kind of cool with that. Yeah, whatever. This is a-okay. This Ionize is kind of nice if you don't want to have too many blue sources, huh? Okay. There is a chance they have Syncopate here, I guess. If they're casting that Dawn of Hope there, but I'm still just going to go for this. Awesome. Dawn of Hope's kind of sick. I mean, like, control mirrors. It's honestly not terrible against us. It's kind of like a Glint Thief Siphoner. Of a sort. The classic Ionized Dawn of Hope deck. Indeed. Indeed. Just good deck building. I can cast Charter Course to fuel this search, I guess. So much insight. We are so insightful. They're gonna get to draw a card, but it costs them mana. They are O2, okay. That might explain some things. Alright, get to start drawing 2. Next turn we flip search. Hopefully this Teferi doesn't die, because that would be great. I'm gonna make a 1/1. Oh, they're just drawing 2 themselves, sure. Yeah, that's kind of scary. They can find a lightning strike for Tef now, which is annoying. Some people are trying Dawn in the Nexus deck. Doesn't seem terrible. I don't know that I'm in love with it, but it seems like fine. I guess you have lots of mana in this deck, which is good for Dawn of Hope. Wow, we just get to untap with our Teferi again. This is great. So we can go gift, activate Azcanta, hold up Azcanta activation. You can't wait to start Nexusing. I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. So trigger on the stack, we're going to activate the Azcanta. Guess we grab this Gift of Paradise. Then we can untap these, activate Azcanta again on their turn. Just like digging for a Nexus here, because then we can Nexus on their end step, which is going to be a lot of pressure for them to deal with. You draw 2 cards, sure. That resolves. We're spending a lot less mana to draw our cards. Than they are. I wonder what they're pondering, trying to stick a Planeswalker. Debating whether to cast a Planeswalker or like hold up counters. Alright. Interesting. They tuck my Teferi. I think I'm activating this before Teferi goes into the deck. I don't know, how much mana do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I can just grab the second Teferi. That's also great, I guess. Just like guaranteed to get my Teferi back here. Guaranteed to resolve it through a Negate. There is a Nexus too, which would be amazing. We can find those later. Alright. Cast my Teferi, instantly resolves. Interesting. I guess that means I can cast my Karn this turn too. If like everything's just gonna instantly resolve. Oh my god, or I can just do this. This is also great. Jeez. This is also great. Alright, well, gonna be here a while. Gonna be here a moment. Apparently not. Apparently opponent's done. This deck is great. I'm so happy right now. Casting Nexus EOT so you don't have to discard the hand size, the tech. Tech is real. So I played with the Surveil heavy blue-black control deck. Yeah, we played it earlier in the week. I did quite badly with it. I wasn't playing it very well, to be honest, but it felt kind of mopey to me. I wasn't, like, the biggest fan. Like, I love the card Disinformation Campaign. I kind of want that deck to be good, but... And, like, admittedly, I did play it quite poorly. So, like, maybe it's good. But I wasn't super keen on it. See you, Other Autumn. Have a nice day. I want to have the uncomfortable chills or the gifts. Chill's not terrible against Dawn tokens. No, I quite like the pause. You need pause against the green decks, I think. I don't think I want 4 chills because of the green decks. Yeah, Gift of Paradise is in M19, Milkman. Thoughts on Enhanced Surveillance? I need to look that card up, Piper. Not gonna lie. Each time you surveil, look at an additional 2 cards. Unsure. I'm not sure I really have many thoughts on that. This hand's great. I'm actually gonna keep this. It's like a nice draw. Once we hit the 4th land. Enhanced surveillance in a surveil shell, I guess. If I guess it's probably pretty good when like the combo-ish creeping chill surveil shells or has potential there. From the perspective that you can please don't have a negate. From the perspective that you can just like basically dig through your whole deck with a Doom Whisperer then. So it turns the Doom Whisperer into like an actual deal 12. But I'm not super excited about the card in general, I think. I want to bin this so I hit my land drops. Or find the gates. Surveillance stacks as well, jeez. So you can actually like 2 surveillances probably just goes infinite with Doom Whisperer for killing your opponent on the spot. I'm gonna ditch this. Yeah, I just want a negate or a land drop more than I want the Teferi here. Because we're not casting a threat for like several turns anyway. Mainly just going to be holding open counters and trying to find the right moment. We have the Knight of Autumn, so this is fine, right? We can kill this at some point. Alright, I'm just going to let this resolve. We have the Knight. We can get rid of this at some point soon. Yeah, this is fine. This is a-okay. Really need a land here. Take this other negate, I guess. Land. Thank you. I'm just gonna draw 2 on their end step, pressure their mana. Try and dig for my land drops. Like, hitting our land drops is the most important thing at the moment. If we can. Right, please no syncopates. Not have a syncopate. Can put that in the graveyard now to start flipping our search, because we have plenty of lands now. I can probably just fire off a Knight here. I do need to like try and get rid of this at some point is the problem. It's like the other Knights are all on the bottom, so if this gets countered it's a bit awkward. I don't want to have to fight over this either. Like if they go to counter this, I probably just have to let that resolve, sadly. Because I can't afford to let them stick it to Teferi. I think I'm still just going to cast this here. Wow. They just keep having nothing. It's kind of amazing. I wish my opponents always just had nothing like this. It's like every time we go to do something, it's always the best possible scenario. Yeah, I'm not really sure what their game plan is, Ty. It's like... It feels like they should be a control deck, but we haven't seen that much interaction yet. Now we get to start beating in. Night of Autumn Beatdown is real. Obviously just like immediately dumping that land because we want to be able to insight here. Oh no, because we want to flip search here as soon as possible. Am I just firing off this gift? I want to hold up double negate now, kind of. I'm like a bit scared of Teferi with negate backup. And if we don't have to do that, we just get to fire off an insight anyway. So I think this is good. Yeah, I think I like ditching gift to insight too. I like that plan, Ty. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Not gonna lie. You didn't siege that coming. Oh my god, Ty. This is terrifying. Jeez. I don't know if I'm just ditching the Nexus instead of the gift. Oh, we don't have stroke. There's two of those? Okay, that's good to know. Not the Nexus. I feel like if we draw a Teferi, we really want access to this gift though. Is the thing. I guess we can always just cycle the next eye. I guess we also just want a card in the yard, right? Yeah, if we ditch the Nexus, we're like down a card in the yard for search, which sucks. That makes sense. Whereas now we can like flip the search here. I don't know how we beat this siege gang. We don't have many ways to interact with this post board. Right, I just need the land here. Need to hit my land drop for turn. Probably flipping most cards into the yard, including Karn. Winning the game without Karn is going to be tricky, but if I keep the Karn, I can minus, have a blocker. Karn kind of answers Siege Gang. Ish. Answers Siege Gang-ish. And we kill 1/1 that blocks a goblin. The knight like trades with a goblin. They get to kill the Karn, though. I'm just gonna get rid of this. I don't think it does anything here. Don't think it does enough. I think I just might just have to cast the Teferi. I have 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast this Teferi here. I might have to tuck. Possible. I think I'm just gonna... If I tuck this, this trades with a token. The problem is I can't counter this when it comes back down the next time. I think I just have to plus. Like, I don't know how we're going to outpower this Siege Gang, but... I don't think we win the game by tucking. Well, the opponent's on like some weird Jeskai control list, but they have siege gangs, which are actually really problematic. Because most like creature-based threats that these decks board in, you just can tuck with Teferi. But siege gang, you cannot do that at all. So that's an issue. These are all attacking Teferi. Ooh, they're sending the siege gang too. This means they get the Teferi off board, but it means we can block the siege gang. It's interesting. Pretty happy with this. Incoming second siege gang. Right, they're gonna hold us at the Teferi. Yeah, I'm not in love with this attack. It's probably fine. I mean, they'd have to sack 2 and then they wouldn't have much counter magic open. So like maybe they just want to hold open double counter spell. Which is fair. What's the weird expansion explosion do? Does it let them copy our Nexus of Fates? Does expansion explosion let them copy our Nexi? Because if so, that's really awkward. CMC 4 or less. Okay, that's really good to know. Awesome. Thank you. Do I just want to pass with Nexus plus Negate up then? I want to be able to activate my Azcanta. I kind of want to like develop my mana with Gift. I can activate Azcanta and have double Negate up potentially, but I'm already through 1 Negate. This is a tough turn. I'm going to do this though. It's like kind of awkward because this lets them draw 2 on our end step if they have a Negate in hand. Yeah, there's a Negate on the bottom too. You're right, Lassie. 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Because like if we just pass the turn here, they couldn't draw 2 in our end step because then we get to Nexus with Negate backup, which is really threatening. Whereas now, they have a lot more freedom. Which is like not great. Like I don't think we can just go for a Nexus here, so this just resolves. But I think developing my mana is worth a fair amount. Like, it gives us +1 mana every turn now, which is really helpful for, like, getting to the point where we can activate Azcanta and cast Nexus in the same turn. Sure. Oh, this is wild. Mystic Archaeologist. I don't think that does much that we're not already doing. Maybe the Archaeologists aren't actually good against them. Maybe we want some, like a couple fogs. Like the Uncomfortable Chills. So casting Nexus with Negate backup, we get to do another 2 mana spell. Yeah, they do have a Phoenix now. That is a new wrinkle indeed. Right, I'm going to cast the Archaeologist and pass the turn here. So we have Nexus with Negate backup. If they tap low. If they don't tap low, we get to dig for cards. I mean, it's just a good creature, I guess. Maybe they're more of a mid-range deck than we're giving them credit for. They could just be more of a mid-range deck than we're giving them credit for, right? It's like not that unreasonable. That card is so unbeatable for us. Alright, I guess it resolves. Yeah, the creatures could also just all be in the sideboard, exactly. Alright, I would like to Nexus of Fate, please. You're going to try and counter this, I'm going to try and negate your counter, you're going to counter back, and then we're going to untap and feel very happy. Did not set my stop in time, I suck. Oh wait, did it resolve? It resolved, so we're on an extra turn. Jeez, that's so good for us. That's so absurd. So we look for a Teferi before we do anything else then if we're on an extra turn, right? Yeah, they killed the new Barol. Exactly. We already have one Charter Course. I'm not sure the gift is doing much either though. Alright, let's just hit our land drop. Stack up an extra turn. So now we have 2 turns in a row coming. So we can just start with our Azcanta activation. Yep. Fire off a Charter Course. Guess we just get rid of these negates since we're hoping to go infinite here. Possible I meant to discard another negate there. We should have an extra turn coming, I think. I think we have an extra turn coming here. Yeah, we should. Right, so I want an upkeep stop, right? So I'm going to cast this Nexus in my upkeep. So I have the max possible chance of redrawing it. Yeah, I haven't had my actual turn yet, which is kind of wild. Might of Autumn. I do not think that does anything currently. Draw for turn. So I can either draw 2 or I can just activate Azcanta and cast the Archaeologist, which I guess is a touch better. Teferi, awesome. That should lock things up. Teferi should lock things up, hopefully. Alright, now we go to our final turn. What is currently our final turn? We put that in the graveyard since we can flash it back anyway, and we already draw as many cards as we want with the Archaeologist regardless. Cast our Teferi and plus. Nexus is great. And then we get to Azcanta in our end step. Yeah, this should be game. We've got like so much time on the clock as well that we're not going to time out. Yeah, the Archaeologist is going to kill them once we've got rid of their board. Exactly. Activate Azcanta. Grab this Nexus. So we've already cast the Nexus for this turn, I believe. Right, we have already cast our Nexus. I'm not going crazy. I guess we haven't. Maybe we haven't. I'm just gonna do this. I'm scared. At this point, who knows? Indeed. I'm just gonna always yield. I don't think we can actually whiff anymore. Realistically. So I'm just gonna remove this upkeep stop for the sake of playing faster. Like, I think we're actually 0% to whiff now, as long as we play fast. Because we're just seeing so many cards every turn. I did cast the Nexus, right? Yes. Cool. Brief moment of fear there. Draw off this. Cast my gift. Cast my Archaeologist. Cast my 4/3. Next turn we ult Teferi, then we start drawing with Archaeologist to exile their board, which sounds great. Yeah, we're actually 0% to whiff now. I think we have been for like several turns. Rawr. We are 1-up, Kobe. We are definitely 1-up. This, and then they die. The Archaeologist's making this beatdown so quick. Our deck has such a fast clock. We're so good at killing our opponents. That was kind of great. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, that was kind of great. Just responding to something in a sec. Creatures OP. Look at all this power creep on creatures. It makes our deck so busted. Yeah, we saw Archaeologists as the sideboard plan against control. And I've also been boarding them in against Spyglass. Because they Spyglass your Teferi, so you just draw cards with Archaeologist instead. And that's like actually Seems maybe okay, I'm not sure. They're pretty good against control though. I'm gonna head to the bathroom a moment, and then we'll hop into the next match. Been streaming a few hours, so back in just a moment, and then we'll continue the turbo fun. Hey, I am back. I mean, it's like the mix of non-Root Snare fogs, like they all have different advantages, right? So like none of them are like strictly better or weaker than each other. We're just like balancing out the advantages. Settle's disadvantages, it's heinous against Shalai. So like you almost have to board it out if your opponent's deck plays Shalai. It's also just expensive as well. It's more expensive than the 3 mana fogs, which really matters. Like when you go turn 3 gift, turn 4 Teferi, you can't hold up Settle, but you can hold up a 3 mana fog. So Settle has upsides and downsides, just like every fog that you can play. You just sort of have to mix them for what you need to accomplish. Alright, we're playing against Knights again. This deck, when we faced this in the previous league, we destroyed it in game 1. But the post-war games got really rough because they boarded in so many Spyglasses and Ixalan's bindings. So I'm kind of curious to see how this goes this time. We added a 3rd Knight of Autumn for this matchup, which will hopefully help. I think I can just ditch the Nexus. Probably can just ditch the Nexus. Like, I kind of don't want to shuffle the Nexus back into my deck, because it's not a very good draw step. Which is, like, part of the motivation for maybe not discarding Nexus. Yeah, Fog is Nexus until the late game, for sure. The Uncomfortable Chills are amazing against them. This is definitely a matchup where we're very happy with Uncomfortable Chill. So we get to Fog on the history turn and then Chill the turn after. I think for now I'm just firing off this Charter Course though. I really don't want to have to discard at Fog, but I also just want to dig towards Teferi as fast as possible. Hey friend. Alright, everything's going to plan here. You could say we're pretty comfortable with them. You could in fact say that. That is a phrase you could say if you so wished, Imogen. Alright, so we're only going to 14 here, so this is fine. Next time we can fog the Anthemed attack. Then we get to go to Teferi into fog. If they have a Tribunal, they have a chance here. Tribunal will be problematic. But otherwise, I think we're just in a very good spot this game. The Red-White Knights and Red-White Angels decks look really impressive. I kind of want to mess around with them at some point. They've looked very, very good. Obviously not ideal against this sort of nonsense, but in like a general sense, they look really impressive. They play Tribunal main deck normally, Lord. Yeah, just the Tribunals in the main is like what they normally do. Binding would be unbeatable. Like game 1, we're just like stone cold to a binding. Ooh, they're gonna play around Settle. I still kind of want to cast my Fog. Is that crazy? This is like 8 damage, which puts me to 6. But these creatures are always going to be bigger this turn than any future turns. If they're going to respect Settle, we have like a bunch of time. I think this is good. I think this is fine. Yeah, I think it makes sense, Imogen, just because the creatures are like the biggest they're ever going to be this turn. I think it makes sense. Also, they do probably have a non-zero number of Lightning Helixes in their deck. In which case, like, if they wanted to respect Settle and they had 2 Helixes in hand, they'd definitely just attack with 2 Knights. Alright, Nexus. If we untap with this Teferi and play, the Nexus is going to be amazing. Hopefully we get to do that. I think they basically need Tribunal to still be in this game. If they have Tribunal, they have a bit of time though. So we shall see. That's true too, Imogen. Yeah. Like, keep making them respect Settle. On future turns, when we have like more than 2 mana up, obviously. Alright. No Oblivion Ring. 1 time. I am not using up my 1 time on this, but I would quite like it if there was no Oblivion Ring. Oh. Rude. Rude. I'm still not in a terrible position, but obviously this makes things harder. They also have an answer to search. Oh my god. This is so tilting. We immediately draw the search for Azcanta. Oh. Magic, magic, magic. Just like use my mana efficiently. Yeah, I think I like that tie. I kind of want to cycle the Chill to like dig a card deeper. But if they don't use up the Bounty Agent here, Search is going to be real nice. It's also like we're not representing Settle this way, which is a bit sad. Also this way, if we draw another Search next turn, we can cast it if they kill this one. So that's also good for us. 6, 7, 8, 11, 16. Interesting. So this is one of those things where, like, once lists have become more homogenized, we know whether we can get away with, like, not fogging here. But as it in the dark, I probably have to fog. It's, like, early in the format. And, like, Lightning Strike, Shock, Lightning Helix are all very reasonable cards for them to have in their deck. They're just going to kill Search here, yep. Makes sense. pretty good. I think this turn I'm just going to chill. I'm not going to cast the Nexus quite yet. Maybe I'm going to cast the Nexus. I guess if there's a Teferi on top, we want to just, like, cast it before the chill anyway. I buy that. Maybe I am just meant to Nexus here. Dig a card deeper. Alright, I have draw twos in my deck, which I think is more relevant than Charter Course. We're already through two Charter Courses. So I think I want to play out my land. This time we can chill. Oh, wow. I'm just gonna take this. This gives me an extra turn, right? This gives me an extra turn, basically. Another Azcanta answer. Yep, the bounty agents have really impressed me. This card, like, just repeatedly looks amazing. I'm pretty sure it's the 2-drop you want in all these Boros decks. Or, like, white decks in general. It's really good at answering Lyra as well, in, like, pseudo-mirrors. Yep. I guess this search is not long for this world, but then, like, we can cast the third one, I guess. We always cast the bounty agent the turn before we draw the search. They really are, Bobbin. They really are. This one I probably have to fog. Leaving myself dead to lightning strike seems really bad. In case we draw Nova. That's fair. A reasonable point, Lord. Unsure. Like, we have a third search we can draw. If we draw a Nova, we're probably in, like, a pretty great position anyway. I guess not. They have an Adanto Vanguard. It's also not certain we wouldn't just, like, get the Teferi back with the Nova. That is, as they say, a good draw. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Poppin, whether we just, like, pop the... Bobbin, that's whether we just pop the Tribunal in that case. We both got there. We both got there. Alright, another insight. We're digging. We're digging as well as we can. This turn I'm going to settle before they can draw a Shalai. Because it's, like, very reasonable for them to have Shalai in their deck. It's also just, like, the more expensive spell. So this way we can, like, double insight before fogging. If need be. We are on the hunt for a Teferi. We'll find one day. I'm sure. Pretty good. Do we just want the Teferi back? Kind of rude. I hope they don't have Banefire. I think I just want the Teferi back. I do lose my gift, which is not great. Like, wrapping their board still just leaves them with a Vanguard. They might even be holding creatures in hand for all we know. Oh. Yep. That was great. That was excellent. Alright. Have a fog at the ready. Keep us living over here. Hopefully they don't have another O-ring. If they don't, we probably win the game. If they do, things are trickier, because we're through so many fogs already. We don't even have that many in the deck we can draw to at this point. Is part of the problem. No second tribunal would be appreciated. Would be greatly appreciated. We get to untap. I should have cast this upkeep. I was not expecting to still have this Teferi in play. Okay. Well done. This is good for us. Yeah, we're going to set the upkeep stop now. For sure. Completely agree. We should have had one for this turn. Hopefully it doesn't end up mattering though. Yeah, Insight is very good. I think I want Insights in the deck. I've been very pleased with these. 2 copies of Insight. I don't think you want too many because they are expensive, but it has been very good for us, for sure. Hey Solanas. Good to see you, friend. Alright, let's just discard this land. Keep digging through the deck for Nexi. That's not bad. Uncomfortable chill. I'm into that. Also into this. Ooh, we get 2 gift before doing this. That is correct. Nexus is not the right thing to say. Good point, well presented. I think I'm going to hold on to this uncomfortable chill. I don't really want to spend it yet. For the sake of like trying to go off here. Okay, now we've drawn a Root Snare, I can spend this. Now we've drawn a Root Snare, I can spend this to dig a card deeper, I think. Oh, Mono Red is excellent. Yeah. I would recommend checking out the really low to the ground Mono Red lists. Solanas, I've been very impressed by them. I think they're really good. Like, Steamkin has just made that deck so powerful. With Risk Factor, yeah, I think Risk Factor is pretty good in the deck too. Agreed. Agreed on Risk Factor. I guess I just ultimate my Teferi now. And cast the new Teferi. That's probably good enough. Because now if they play a Tribunal, they can't actually get rid of Teferi forever. Because we just get to exile it, so this is like protection in case we don't get to completely go off here. Don't know if I want to hit their lands or their creatures. Unsure. Because like they could have burn spells, like a Banefire or something. It's not like obvious that we can even get out of range of that in a meaningful time frame though. Obviously, untap the wrong lands, doesn't matter. If we untap this turn, we'll win the game anyway. Against basically anything. Yeah, I think risk factor is really impressive. It gives Mono Red a lot of late game. It's also really good with Steamkin, because you get to use the free mana of Steamkin to cast it, and immediately get a counter back. Okay. I guess they're just trying to run out our clock. That's like understandable, right? Something they are allowed to do. I should cast this first before I do anything else. Although I can't actually whiff at this point. I have so few cards in my library that I can't actually whiff this game. Yeah, I'm gonna make constructs pretty soon for sure. Rid of all these pesky lands you have. Don't particularly like them, if I'm being completely honest. I'm not going to do everything optimally here because we can't actually lose. I just want to do things quickly. It's like literally impossible for us to lose this as long as we're quick. We just need to save time for the future games. So like I'll cast Nexite as I need them to keep track of like what my turns are, but other than that I'm just going to make constructs and start attacking. We don't even need Nexite after lands are gone, that's true. That is true. I think I'm still going to do it anyway, but I guess maybe it's quicker for me to F6. So maybe this is incorrect. Alright, we got there. It was a hard fought game, but we got there. Ult Teferi again? Oh god, I missed the line, Adam. I missed the line. Jeez. So bad at this. I'm so bad at this. Okay. So we definitely want Night of Autumn. 100%. From all of these. I take out Settle, because they probably have access to Shalai. Can we have two of the same emblem in play? We can indeed. So, last time we played this matchup, I brought in Lyra, and they didn't have the Bounty Hunters. I'm just worried that whenever they have Bounty Hunter, I think Lyra's really bad. But if they don't have Bounty Hunter, Lyra's like kind of great. Should the moderators of this channel... No, that's our sub-name. Our subscribers are called Knights of Autumn. I guess the mods probably also count, to be fair. They literally wield swords. What am I doing? I also bought an Archaeologist, because it felt like the only way we could lose last time was to hate cards. And these let us, like, draw towards our answers when they have hate cards. I don't know. It's tough. Because, like, it's really hard to lose this matchup if they don't have hate cards. You're so... Oh my god. Oh my god, Phil. Terrifying. I think I'm going to take out one Teferi. Isn't Karn better than Nova? No, Nova's amazing against them. You can either raft their board, or you can take away all their hate permanents, their artifacts and enchantments. Like, either way is amazing. Like, this is the matchup we want to second Nova for. If there's any matchup we want to second Nova for, it's this one. I'm kind of tempted to cut a Teferi and bring in an Archaeologist. Feels weird, but I think it's actually fine. Because they're going to be bringing in Spyglasses and Bindings. And we don't want our hand to be, like, clogged up with Teferis. We just want to, like, be able to, like, dig for answers to unlock the one Teferi we previously had. It's probably fine. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to figure out my board plan for this matchup. And matchups like these, I'm not 100% certain on it. I think this is like at least some steps in the right direction. It was a decent draw. Okay, that is a Vanguard. Alright, we're good for lands. Now I just want some spells. If they play a history, I'm probably going to blow it up because we got a backup knight for a hate card. So I think I'm pretty happy trading in a Knight of Autumn for half a history. It buys us a lot of time. Just another Vanguard. Interesting. In which case, I might just fire off this Chill to dig deeper into the deck this turn. Right, casting the Knight doesn't actually achieve anything here. The 4/3 doesn't block the 3/1 very well. Hey Jonathan, by the way, really enjoy your podcast. Head Games is excellent. Oh yeah, there's a PT in the start of November. I'm very excited for it. I'm just going to aggressively cycle this. We've got so much to do with our mana. I'm happy just using this to gain 4 life and dig deeper into the deck. It's a PT standard, yep. I'm looking forward to it. I wasn't like the biggest fan of the Team PT, but standard PTs are just awesome. Interesting. I think I'm just blowing up that history. You ready to enjoy that I'm playing Fog? I love this deck. This deck makes me so happy. It is a true delight. for various uses of the word delight. Alright, so we trade with a history kinda, because we can block the Knight token. I'm gonna go down to 9 this turn. So if they have like a decent sized creature, tapping out for Lyra actually becomes really dangerous for us. We might still have to do it anyway. Unsure. Okay, we are not dead on board. So I think that means I can play Lyra, and then like the Knight frees the Lyra from an Oblivion Ring. It's possible that gain 4 was better than... Since I had the Fog follow-up, that's fair. I don't think I agree. I kind of like trading off of the token, like aggressively, because like otherwise both the tokens are getting pumped, and we end up just trading with one token, but they get another out of the deal. Unsure. Are you going? Are you going to some PT, some GP soon? Yes. Yes is the answer to that. I'm going to be at... I think my 4 GPs this year are for the rest of the year. I'm going to be in Lille. I'm going to be in Atlanta. I'm going to be in Warsaw, and I'm going to be at Liverpool. Very excited for all of those. Oh wow, this is so good for us. This is so unreasonable. They just have nothing. How do they just have nothing? Do I need a team? No, I've got a team for Liverpool. I'm very excited about it. Am I going to attack here? They only swing back for 8. I actually kill them in like a decent time frame. I think I'm attacking here. I can like fog to get a card in yard for search as well, whilst I'm at it. I'm actually not teaming with Axion members for Liverpool, because I sorted out my team like a month ago, Phil, before I knew about the Axion stuff. Though shout out to my sponsor Axion now, who are awesome. No. Rude. No, I'm teaming with Nicholas Eck and Alex Cook, if people know who they are. Perfectly timed return. Axion now is quite hype. This is pretty strong. I might have to start holding back Lyra now. Wow. Settle the Wreckage Fear. Deal. Like, I almost wonder if we just don't need to play Settle the Wreckage because everyone respects it anyway. You applied for Team Autumn but did not get on it. Like, you already had a team sorted out though, Marcus. I don't know. I feel like I'm just meant to attack. I feel like attacking is really good. I just like keep holding up fogs for their swing back. Apart from that one guy with the hood. That one's suspicious. I'm just gonna hold this Knight of Autumn forever for an Oblivion Ring, just like never casting it until a hate permanent hits the battlefield. Oh, we have Settled the Wreckage in a board. In the main deck that's currently in the board. We boarded it out because it's really bad against Shalai. So, like, I think it's fine to play a copy, but it just feels like everyone's respecting it anyway. Right, cast my Pause for Reflection. They're gonna die to this Lyra. That's okay, Phil. That command's probably fine. Ooh, Nexus of Fate time, you say? You think our opponent was wrong to respect it? I imagine that is likely the case. But it's tough. Settle is like a very weird card, right? Warps things. I'm gonna hold on to this to kill them out of nowhere. I don't want them to know that they have to like chump block and stuff. Could link the website. Yeah, that's probably a decent shout. That's fair, Prometheus. Decent point. Would be weird if they respected Settle but not Nexus. I'm pretty happy with them respecting Nexus though if they do decide to. It's like not even bad for us. So that's pretty bad for us. This card is so strong. I think Bounty Agent is the 2-drop you want in your white, aggressive, and mid-range decks. I wonder if we want Bounty Agent in green-white tokens. Because we were kind of wondering what the 2-drop should be in that deck, right? And it has Vigilance too, so you get to attack with it and then Convoke with it. It's actually really interesting. Actually really interesting. Maybe we just want Bounty Agent. In a green-white deck. So many lethal draws. Teferi was a lethal draw. Teferi was a lethal draw. And Nexus was a lethal draw. Yeah, you blow up Angels with it. Because the Angels are kind of brutal. You can sometimes blow up Search for Azcanta. Those are the main things. Like, being able to hit Lyra, Aurelia, etc. is really nice. I might just cast this as a 4/3. I guess they get to double block it. Maybe that's bad. It's really tempting to cast this as a 4/3 now. Now that they can't make these indestructible. They can definitely punish us for that. But we also just, like, keep the Knight of Grace at bay that way. Which also keeps the Vanguard at play, because they have to hold back 2 blockers. I think it just buys us so much time. It's, like, really bad for us if they draw a Heat permanent, like a Spyglass or something. But, yeah, we're on Bant Nexus. That is correct. Hold this land, I guess. We have draw 2s in the deck, but we also have, like, Charter Course. I need to stop playing quicker in case we go to a game 3. I've probably been playing this too slowly. I like how all you have to do is put a bounty on Emrakul, and you can suddenly kill Emrakul. Very in flavor. Oh my god. Now Search for Azcanta is not a live draw. Gross. At least this Knight of Autumn is going to buy us some time. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Yes! Yes! Oh my god, they let me attack. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. That was great. I am so happy right now. That was everything I needed. Do need to draw something at some point, but I guess the same applies to them, so we have like 3 Time Walks in hand for when they finally start dealing damage to us. Whatever. Could wait on this till we have a Planeswalker, but we already have Root Snares for Planeswalkers, so like I'm just gonna fire this off before they can draw a Spyglass, in case Teferi is the next card down. Alright, good draw step, please. Kinda. I guess that's like close to a Time Walk. I don't know. I'm a bit. I guess if they had a Lightning Strike, they'd have killed this already, right? They probably just don't have Lightning Strikes in their deck. Post board, especially. Yeah, loss of cycle lands is the biggest loss to the deck by a mile. I'm, like, not denying that. Loss of cycle lands is by far the biggest loss to the deck. Alright, they get to kill this with Bounty Agent, but it means that a Lyra off the top is good. So, whatever. I mean, we're probably dying to Banefire anyway if they have a Banefire. Ooh, they haven't invoked the Divine. Alright. Just gonna cast this so I can F6. And get on with my life. I know that's technically incorrect, but whatever. Right, I'm gonna start reading chat as much, because I'm a bit concerned about time, especially if we go to a third game. I could probably block here and force them to pay life, huh? Yeah, this is loose. Our draws have not been the most amazing draws in the world, for sure. We have like a bunch of draw twos and stuff in the deck. Glad we don't have Settle in the deck right now. Actually do the block I was meant to do. And then cast the fog I'm going to cast anyway. That is fair, Mike. That is fair. Alright, alright. Cast my Nexus. Come on, deck. Don't know what I'm drawing to here. Teferi into Nexus, I guess, is what I'm drawing to here. Cool. This was a frustrating game. It's like the tiniest bit frustrating. It's fine. We have a third game. We don't have a huge amount of time for a third game, but we do have a third game. Right, I'm going to be focusing really heavily on playing fast in the next game, because time is a concern. Do you want to change anything based on that game? We didn't see any Spyglasses or Bindings. I could just bring this Teferi back in the deck. I think that's reasonable. I think I still want the Archaeologist. I think the Archaeologist would have been good that game. I can cut a gift, maybe? If we're just looking to, like, delinearize a bit, I can cut a gift. Obviously, they always have bounty hunters for Lyras and searchers, but they're not always going to have them. We draw more cards than them. We have like 5 targets, they only have 4 bounty hunters. I think it's still fine to have these in our deck, probably. Maybe we just cut the Lyras. The Lyras were really good that game. You think we might be playing too few Insights? That's possible. Insight has been really impressive. Could see that being the case. Let's try this. I think I'm happy with this setup. Alright, I'm going to be focusing like very much not on chat for the next few minutes. Please don't riot. Etc. Oh. I'm just firing this off as a 4/3 to block the Knight of Grace forever. I think that's a solid no. I think I'm going to save this. My rioters, my precious rioters. Oh my god. You timed out Dokamoy. Jeez, that's so brutal. I'm so sorry, Dokamoy. Stop timing out Dokamoy. Root Snare is the dream draw of this Teferi. It's kind of the dream. If they have an answer for the Teferi, we have Night of Autumn, plus Pause for Reflection, which is like a great turn as well. Cleansing Note, oh my god, this is amazing. Our hand's so good right now. Our hand is so good right now. We do kind of have it all, don't we? Kind of have literal everything. Oblivion Ring or Spyglass? Well, got some bad news about that Spyglass. I have some very bad news for that Spyglass. It is going to be quite upset. My knight, rescue me. I guess they can see the knight, huh? They know what's coming. They know their future. Oh my god, we can convoke out the Pause for Reflection with our knight. Jesus, this is great. This is just the best. This is just the best. I guess we don't need to convoke it out, but you know, we could. We could if we wanted to. Which is what matters. End of turn, shock your knight and tap kill you. Oh my god, don't say that. Don't say that, friend. Don't wish such bad things on me. I don't deserve that kind of fate. We probably do, but if we're being completely honest. Teferi is indeed busted. Quite unfair, in fact. Land. Thank you. Ooh, I get to cast my Archaeologist. OP. Not even sure I wanted to cast that Archaeologist, because I might be Novering soon. We'll see. I guess what we're actually doing is ultimating Teferi and easily winning the game. That also works. Also a game plan. Right, set upkeep stop. To put this in the deck before our draw step. Means we can't chart a course, but that's fine. So next turn we get to ult Teferi. That seems pretty strong. Probably gonna win the game off this Teferi ult, huh? The classic Mystic Archaeologist Teferi emblem combo. Has there ever been more classic a combo? How's the fog deck been? It's been pretty good. We have lost games with it, but those have mostly been to me being bad. It's felt fairly strong. I think it has a lot of potential. These. Upkeep, stop. Oh, it's their turn. I imagine we'll cope. I imagine we'll cope with it being their turn. Get that distinct suspicion. I get to cast so many of my knights. Thanks for the raid, appreciate you. Welcome to everyone joining the Turbo Fun. Get rid of this, get rid of this. This is great. This is just the cleanest living. This is just the cleanest living. I guess I could probably gift a Paradise here to draw more cards. I could also try and get them dead, but this is fun. I just want to have fun, you know? That's all I want to do. Draw 2 cards. No, we don't have a Nexus yet. Whatever will we do? I could Cleansing Nova. Legal plays. Legal plays. Right, get my knights down. Let's have a knight on all 3 modes. We have used our knights in a very diverse fashion. Rawr. Oh no, I didn't get the second Teferi emblem. I messed up. I'm so bad at this. I didn't get the second Teferi emblem. Oh, I need to get better. I need to get better at this. Shame scoop, yeah. A bit late, sadly. Otherwise I would. Can't even BM correctly. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're 2-0 now. Slightly better than the previous league. Just a tad. Yeah, this is the second missed Teferi emblem of the day. It's kind of brutal, lassie. It's kind of brutal. Ooh, some bits for the riot. Gotta support those rioters somehow. In paper, you only need to win game 1. I did get a did I get a draw of this deck? Maybe I didn't. I don't think I have got a draw of Turbo Fog. So to like put relative speed into comparison, I played a GP with this deck and didn't draw once, or like Don't think I came that close. And then I played 2 events of blue-black mid-range and got my first 2 draws in like 2 years at Comp Ariel, because that deck is glacial in comparison to Turbo Fog apparently. What are the toughest matchups for this deck? Unsure. I think most of the matchups have felt pretty decent so far. I think you can never beat the mono-blue tempo deck. That matchup seems unwinnable. I imagine any sort of like Wizards deck, like basically blue aggro, seems just awful for you, because they have pressure plus counters. Like, hypothetically, you could probably never beat Merfolk either. Blue black versus blue white is abysmal. It was really bad. Yeah, it was really bad. How's the Bant Nexus mirror? I've actually never played it, somehow. I've actually never played it. I haven't actually played that many matches of this deck. I'm probably only at like 30 or 40 lifetime. Because I haven't actually played it on stream much until rotation happened. Seems great. Do I have to give Dokomoy a sword so Dokomoy can protect themselves from other mods? Is that what I have to do? Well, we're apparently against Wizards, but we might have a chance this game. We might, in fact, have a chance this game. Wizards. There are, in fact, Wizards. Maybe our worst matchup after mono blue tempo. That is a Storm Tamer. Alright. Like what you're doing, opponent. I like what you are doing. Yeah, green is really good. You want the green cards. Gift of Paradise is really messed up with Teferi. As is Root Snare. Like, the thing about Turbo Fog is the entire deck is built around abusing Teferi as much as humanly possible. Like, every single card in the deck is in the deck because it synergizes with Teferi. And you're just trying to push Teferi as much as you can. So, like, Fog is messed up with Teferi because you get to untap 2 lands to immediately protect Teferi. Gift of Paradise is messed up with Teferi because you get bonus mana with the untaps. You're just looking to, like, make your Teferis as absurd as humanly possible with the deck. So, I think on that basis you really want access to the green cards. I'm slightly worried about this Root Snare getting countered. I guess then we get Azcanta going. I'm gonna upkeep it, I think. Do I upkeep it? They might tap out for like an Adelies to try and kill Teferi is the thing. I think I wait. I think I can wait here. So you have to have counter plus burn spell or double burn spell, basically. I'm just going to go ahead and do this because they have burn in their deck, so I don't want them just like firing a Wizard's Lightning at Teferi and not having to do anything else. Planeswalkers that cost more than 4 mana are in many ways not pushable. That is accurate. I guess this is fine. It's like kind of whatever. Got these lands we can ditch. I'm gonna keep it, but I'm not like sure about that. Don't tell me. Oh no, I like green-white tokens. Green-white tokens is good. I'm just enjoying playing some of this. I already enjoy this deck too. I'm just doing this to try and find a Teferi. Then they only need another lightning bolt to take down Teferi, or another shock. I think I can wait on the Teferi and just activate my Azcanta. Cast my Charter Course. Maybe I'm meant to end step Nexus actually. That puts a lot of pressure on them. Alright. Let's get this down, get our mana developed. Seems good. It should have, Phil. I love that card so much, it makes me so happy. The happiest Indrik the world has ever seen. So, if I activate this, I have 5 mana left. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I don't want to start casting Nexuses until I can, like, get extra cards at the same time. If I can help it. So if I play Teferi plus it, they just kill Teferi. I do want a Teferi at some point, though. Could also just take a pause for reflection, which is reasonable. I'm just going to take this. I'm going to need one of these at some point soon. I want to hold up pause for reflection now to not die, rather than just getting a scry off my search. Oh my god. I had that happen, George. I had an absurd game against game 1 against Esper Control where they had Spyglass on my Teferis. They exiled both my Karns, both of which made tokens. And then I went off the hard mode with with Azcanta and Nexuses to kill them with like the 2 tokens I got off Karn. It was like, this is amazing. So they have 8 power. I might just want to fog here already. I'm kind of scared. Because if they counter if they spell pierce if they find a spell pierce off the opt, it gets really rough for me. I'm just gonna fire this off. Cool. Yeah, Turbo Fog's definitely feasible. We don't know if it's good yet, but we suspect it is. We will find out in due course. Also, they probably die now. So that is great. That's just like good, clean living. If I've ever seen it. Did I make any changes since the last league? We added another Night of Autumn to the board, but I didn't make any more dramatic changes than that. So we're untapping 3 mana, so I can't get down the search this turn. I'm going to set an upkeep stop for the next Nexus, so I can redraw it. Yeah, this hand is quite something. I might need to restart Modo after this round. It feels like it's lagging a tiny bit. Right, plus my Teferi. So if I play the Gift, I don't get to activate Azcanta, do I? No. I do. I do get to play activate Azcanta. Awesome. So we're just going to do that then. Yeah, it's so bad right now. Like, look at how terrible this deck is. Oh my god. This deck is great. This deck is great. I don't care if this deck is good, it's all I'm playing for the rest of Standard. This makes me so happy. I will respond to questions after this game's done, just because I'm a bit worried about time. I might respond in, like, sideboarding. I'm just like nervous about having enough time to win a match here. So I'm not going to look at chat for a little while. I cannot promise to get to every question either, because I don't know how many will be there for me when I'm done with this, but I just need to focus on actually winning this match, or winning this game, since we have it locked up, like 100% locked. Have to go through the motions. Spin those wheels furiously. Oh, the flip Nissa and Turbo. I should stop looking at chat. Just like, they waited for this trigger to resolve, so it's like, I have a moment. I have a moment, everyone. So much time. Right, I'm pretty sure this is deterministic now, so I'm probably not going to do everything optimally at this point. So I'm pretty sure it's deterministic, I just need to go through these motions effectively. Like, obviously I could have got another Azcanta in here, but it's just deterministic at this point. I just need to take game actions. So, like, if you see anything that looks missequenced, the reason why is we're just taking game actions at this point. Just, like, using our cards at random and hoping that's good enough. Because it probably is. So I'm only casting one Nexus per turn. The reason I'm doing that is just so I can keep track of how many turns I have left without messing that up. Because, like, the moment I cast a second Nexus, I'm gonna lose track, and it's gonna get annoying. It's much more important just to, like, win the game rather than do everything optimally at this point. Because we're literal 0% to lose this as long as we play well. Or as long as we, like, do this in time. Also, the post-board games are going to get really tough, so we're going to need lots of time for the post-board games just to think things through. Alright, cast my Nexus, like so. Ultimate my Teferi, cast my Karn, start making tokens. Derp 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 derp. Spinning my wheels gloriously. I love this deck too much. This makes me so happy. This is just like contentment right here. This is what contentment looks like. It's like keep pulling all these non-Nexus cards out of the deck. Alright, we'll draw a Nexus next turn at some point. I just want to get to the next turn now. Come on. Come on, Moto. We can stop Nexusing now, that's fair. I don't know, I feel like if we stop Nexusing now, there's like some weird sequence where they like bolt down our Karn, bolt down these. Kind of improbable. Guess it's kind of improbable. I'm gonna cast one more Nexus. Construct, and now they're dead. Now they are, in fact, dead. Oh my god. Should have floated one more mana before doing this. The post-board games are going to get quicker from the perspective of we'll have lots of random creatures in our deck. So it makes killing our opponent much quicker once we're actually comboing off. What's been going on in chat whilst I've been looking away? Did I make any changes? The only change I did was add... Oh, yeah, I swapped the Radical Ideas to Anticipates. Anticipates have felt fairly medium, but so did Radical Ideas. I think you just need things to do on 2 mana. I don't know what the correct option is. I think Anticipate's probably a touch better than Radical Idea, though. It's like a better top deck when you're digging for fogs, which I think is relevant. Or digging for Nexi. How does this deck deal with Sorcerer Spyglass? We have Night of Autumns. Knights of Autumn, rather. And I'm just catching up with chat a sec. You think I hate other people if this is contentment? But it is contentment, Jarvis. But it is contentment. I want this nonsense in the deck, I think. Take out this Karn. Settle's really bad against Siren Stormtamer. What else are we cutting? What else are we cutting? Probably the Pause for Reflections can go. I'm kind of tempted to cut a Teferi and a Nexus and just trim on this stuff. Just turn into like a fair deck that can buy lots of time, and then we'll like combo off eventually. Cut the Anticipates because they suck. We have better cards in our deck now. Do we want some number of Negates or Archaeologists? I guess is the other question. I think the Archaeologists seem bad because they're bringing in. They're still gonna have some burn spells in postboard. I'm unsure about Negates though. Negates could be reasonable in the small number. Unsure. I'm a bit worried about flooding out the way we have this set up, but like Gift of Paradise gaining life is actually really nice in this matchup. Maybe we cut these. We have lots of things to do on free now, which makes the gifts less important from that perspective. Let's try this and see how this feels. This is not a terrible sideboard plan. Alright, I want the Frio. I want to be Frio with this deck. That would be great. Ooh, a Lyra, you say? My kingdom for a Lyra. I do need lands, but I've got like 5 draw steps to hit them, and I need something to do early, so I think I'm going to bottom this to try and look for like a Centaur or a search for Azcanta. Don't know if that's greedy or not. Just just feel like we need to do something before turn 5. Incoming 2-1, yep. Almost worst possible draw. Second Teferi, not looking ideal here. Adeli's time. Jeez, that's a lot of damage. Do I have to fog here? Because if I go to fog next turn and they counter it, they have 3. Does she pump herself too? 3, 6, 7, 8. Possible I meant to fog here, I don't know. I think I'm not going to. Max punished, jeez. Okay. I guess I forgot I have things I might want to cast at sorcery speed. Now already regretting not doing this. I think I just have to cast this. I can't afford to miss land drops is the problem. And this helps dig me for them. Yeah, no fear, jam search. If we're dead, we're dead. Agreed. We die to a lot of stuff here, to be clear. Like, I'm well aware we could just die on the spot here, but I don't think we're winning the game by not playing search. Yep. That's that. So even if we'd fogged the previous turn, we'd go to like 1 here, which means we probably die anyway. Our draws aren't going to be like very helpful for that. Okay. I mean, I think I like this sideboard plan. I'm just going to run it back. Post-board games are much quicker, apparently. Apparently. I spoke the truth. Let's go first. How do we feel about this? This is not great. Doesn't do anything till turn 4. How's the mono red matchup? It's felt like kind of even. The pre-board games are tough, and then the post-board games you feel pretty favoured. So it's like probably 50-50-ish, or something like that. Don't know what to do with this hand. The token matchup, you murder tokens. The token matchup isn't very close. They just don't have any interaction with you, other than tribunals, which just isn't enough. Most of them don't even have like actual sideboard hate against you. Most of them aren't even playing spyglasses at the moment. Like, tokens is probably the best matchup. Hey Tourmaline, good to see you. Let's see this being incorrect. I'm going to keep this on the play. I'm not in love with it though. Guess the stream... No, it ends in about half a minute, Tourmaline. That's how it always goes. You know we don't mulligan here, Caius. Exclamation mark mulliganing. Exactly, you got there. I'm not whispering, so that is a good sign, indeed. That was just, one of my housemates sleeps really light and went to bed early last night, so I didn't want to wake her up. So... they are running the lava. Oh, this hand is not panned out. I'm being treated appropriately for my sketchy keep. And now we're gonna die to their negates. Awesome. Adelies is just amazing. Like, even if we drew a Centaur healer, they could, like, almost just eat the Centaur with a Lava Runner thanks to the Anthem. Anyway, I'm just gonna take 5 here. Yep. Yep. Please don't kill me. Alright, so they just have a million counter spells in hand apparently. That feels eminently beatable. Interesting. The Cleansing Nova's pretty nice, but we have to not die for it to do anything. What do you do IRL? At the moment I just stream. I'm going to be starting to do coaching soon too. Which I am looking forward to. I also write articles occasionally. When I like feel like I have something to say. So I've had articles up on SCG before. If I go for this and they have a counter spell, I take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so I literally die. So that's not ideal. As it is, I take 2, 3, 4, 5 and go to 4, so I'm dead to 2 burn spells. This is a tough point. If they don't have a counter spell here, and then we get to untap and know that we can Nova them, we just like win the game, probably. You just take it. I guess they would have cast burn spells by now if they had any, right? Plan to double fog, yeah, into Nova. I think I agree with that, George. I think I agree with that. I feel like if they had any burn spells, they'd have cast them by now. Whereas, like, a counter is, like, a very reasonable thing for them to have in hand. Now we get to fog. If they have a counter, we have a backup fog. If they don't have the counter, we get to draw 2 to find some life gain for after the Wrath. And we have a lot of life gain in our deck post-board too. So like we're only going to be in lethal range to double burn spell for like a couple turns probably. Fog on upkeep. I guess we could. I feel like if they have 2 counter spells, we're probably dead regardless. But that's reasonable. Might as well just cast the one I have in hand rather than the one in the yard. Get some more cards in the yard for like set search and stuff. To the extent that that matters. Right. Am I just casting a Lyra this turn? I mean, we're probably dead to double counter anyway. Because then they just like counter the follow-up fog or sweeper, right? Yeah, I'm wondering if we Nova first or not. Getting Lyra in play is really good. I think we Nova first. We give them more time to draw burn spells is the problem with this plan. That's like the one fear. But clearing their board is going to make the Lyra much better, because it means we get to like aggressively attack with her. Alright, well we need them to not have the second counter. Like I said, we're dead to 2 counter spells anyway, regardless of when they draw them. This time I'm upkeeping. Because this time them drawing a counterspell actually makes a difference, because we have the Lyra as follow-up. Please scry to the bottom. They put it on top. Alright, we're probably dead here. Probably dead. Yeah. This matchup feels reasonably horrendous. Luckily the deck shouldn't be too popular. Yeah, this and the mono blue deck. The thing is, these decks are decks that are only played online, right? They're not decks you see in the on the top tables of big tournaments. So like when you're selecting your deck, they're just not considerations. Generally. Like, I have to choose what deck to play in the PTQ at the weekend, and I'm like still torn between this and green-white tokens. But like, I'm not worried about the blue aggressive decks in the PTQ, because I just don't think they're going to put up good results. So like, if I'm doing well in the PTQ, I'm not going to face them. That's fair, Marty. I respect rooting for the Izzet player. Sounds decent. Their deck looks much better than ours. Really? I don't know. I like this deck. Ooh, black-green. Alright. This can't be too bad for us. They're going to have discard post-board, which is scary, but... Alright, let's get rid of this. Next time we get to gift into Teferi. What beats blue-red wizards? I assume mono-red has to be pretty good against blue-red wizards. Because they're just like, their card quality is just higher than yours. I assume green-white's probably also good because they have so much life gain. Right, well, this Teferi is good. Yeah, Lyra landing against... Maybe we could have just cast the Lyra, but they would have retorted her, so... we wouldn't have won that game anyway. But for sure, Lyra is very, very good against wizards. Well, they can't even attack down my Teferi. I don't even need a fog up here. They just need, like... they need a Contempt or a Trophy, or else we're going to take over the game. And, like, as it is, this still just, like, ramps us towards Nexuses and stuff. Gets a land out of our deck, etc. Yeah, I think so, Oisnu. I think those are probably the worst matchups for this deck. That we know of. Like, there could be other decks that are also bad matchups. Very reasonably. I just want to insight this turn. I could develop my mana instead. Drawing 2 sounds nice though. Find a Teferi. Start getting some stuff going. On the turn we play a Teferi, the second gift is like a 1 mana play anyway, so... Ooh. What does that get back? Molder Hulk? Oh my gosh. Thief of Sanity seems terrifying, yes, agree. Strong agree. 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I just want to draw 2 this turn. I don't have the Nexus yet, right? Kind of probably should have played this tapped, potentially. I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet. Yeah, I probably should have played this tapped. Oh well. I'm just gonna fire off this Insight, try and find a search for this turn. I guess we can just discard the land anyway. Alright. Hand is pretty good. Oh, it costs 9 mana to get Mortarhawk back. Yep, you're correct. For sure. Yeah, slow grindy decks are good matchups for us. Like, we're stumbling here, and we're still just under no pressure. We still just have so much time here. Ooh, Plague Crafter versus Teferi is nice, though. So now if we let them untap when we have a Teferi in play, they get to kill Teferi with Isaref. But they probably don't get to untap, because we get to untap... Our Teferis cost 1 mana, right? Because we have 2 gifts. Our Teferis cost 1 mana at the moment. Also, we can just draft the board, I guess. I think I'm just going to raft the board past the turn. I don't feel any need to cycle the Nexuses yet. They're not doing anything threatening. And, like, if I draw a Teferi, I really want to have the Nexuses in hand so I can try and go off. Doing this now for Charter Causal Search. Interesting. Get rid of the Settle or the Root Snare. I guess ramping them doesn't matter at this point. You just get rid of the Root Snare. We have so many Nexi, so many turns in the bank. Even if we draw an Azcanta, we just get to like Nexus plus Azcanta. Why not discard a Nexus? I kind of want to go off on the spot if I draw a Teferi, rather than like let them untap and cast removal on Teferi. So having like a bunch of Nexuses in hand is actually appealing from that perspective. Oh, they just have nothing. Awesome. I'm just going to draw 2 here. So we can go Nexus, take an extra turn, Azcanta Nexus, and try and go off from there. I guess I could upkeep this if I know that I'm Nexusing her to shuffle it back into the deck. That was kind of loose. I should have done that. 4, 5, 6, 7. Get down our land drop, because we just want all the mana we can have. Upkeep. So upkeep, we put Nexus into our deck. I should not have 6 to this. Because I might draw a Nexus for the turn that I want to get down. Right, gift this, activate our Azcanta. Grab this Teferi, I guess. They don't have any cards in hand, so they can't actually kill the Teferi when they untap. So I'm just going to go ahead and cast the Teferi here before I activate Azcanta. I think that's fine. Right, activate Azcanta, looking for a Nexus. Yep. Get down our upkeep scry engine. Maybe that's worse than getting in the search activation. It's probably worse than getting in the search activation, huh? If we're being honest. I'm not going to be looking at chat much, I just need to get this game over with. So that we have time for a whole match. I will start looking at chat more after this. So I cast this before activating Teferi, so it's in the deck for me to redraw after Teferi activation. Just grab any old card. Just like getting cards out the deck. So let's There's a higher density of nexi. Nexuses, nexus, whatever. Choose your word. Choose any word you want. It probably works. Alright, upkeep stop. Oh, I had it auto-yielding. Anyway. I guess we're not upkeeping now, because I want that one. We can't actually lose here. It's now deterministic. It's now like 100% deterministic at this point. Literally impossible for us to whiff from here. No matter how our deck is stacked. We just have to like keep going through the motions. I'm only going to be taking one turn at a time. One extra turn at a time, because it helps me keep track of how many turns I have left. In paper I'd have like a dice in front of me to help with this, but online I just like to do it this way. So that I don't have to like mentally keep note of how many turns I have stacked. Because it's a huge pain having to do that. Like at this point we can't actually fizzle. So we might as well just like do it in a way that like lowers the mental load, right? We should have put that in the yard. It doesn't matter. Nothing actually matters. Plus activate Azcanta. We're just looking for our Karn right now. Awesome. So now Karn can start to make tokens. To kill our opponent with. So I'm going to plus once, then I'm just going to minus 3 times. Minus 2 3 times to make my tokens. Minus 2. Minus 8 Teferi. Get down the second Teferi. Just to save time, I'm not going to like activate my Teferis or anything. Other than this one activation to like get their blockers out the way, I guess. Unless I need to. If I'm missing on Nexuses, I will do it. But otherwise, I'm just gonna like F6 a bunch and make tokens a bunch and hope that that's good. Oh, this deck is great. This is just the cleanest living. Right, next turn we might have to hunt for a Nexus here. Didn't realise this was a nihilism stream. Oh my god. Oh my god. We should have been playing... 150 cards seems like a bad combo with Nexus of Fate, I'm not gonna lie. I know I've played some sketchy 150 card decks in my life, but... that one is particularly egregious. Cool, they're dead in 2 turns. Gotta catch all the taken turns cards, oh my god. Oh. Well, that's just perfect. Guess I should get rid of this Vrasker at some point. Thrilling stream content. Thrilling stream content right here. Alright, what have I missed out on in chat? I'm gonna catch up with chat a sec. Think the only comment I saw with was the nihilism one, which was great. Good morning, brave guy. The ASMR equivalent of MTG streaming. Wow, that is a description for Turbo Fun right there. I buy that description. Right, we want these Night of Autumns. We want to get rid of. I'm really looking forward to playing a different deck after this one. I'm kind of like tired. What are we cutting here? I think I only want the Knights. I don't want to change things too much because our core game plan is so good. You can probably cut the Karn. The Karn's not actually terrible against them. Just because they don't actually have that much power and toughness that they dump on the board. It like helps grind through Vraska's Contempts too. Got these uncomfortable chills, maybe. The main deck Karn's mostly for chess clock. So I would actually play it in paper too, because sometimes people don't scoop game 1, and then you can't finish. And then if you lose game 2, you're going to draw. So you just need a win con in the deck. In case people force you to play it out. Thanks for the bits, brave guy. Appreciate you. I'm going to try them on some fog effects. I don't know if the pauses or the chills are worse here. They're both like kind of medium. I can probably cut an anticipate fine. This seems decent. I honestly don't hate some Mystic Archaeologists in this matchup. They aren't terrible. In case we like enter a grind against Duresses, you seek your bit crown. I'm going to cut this Anticipate for a Mystic Archaeologist. And it's going to bring in the 1, but I would like one more big card draw effect against the Duress deck. Maybe we end up bringing more in, depending on what sideboard cards we see. That sounds nice. Easy keep. Gabby's emotes are so amazing. I love Gabby's emotes like way too much. Guess I just fire off this chart now. Just dig for a Teferi. You use them in real speak. I can kind of understand that. I love the Gabby Math one. I think the Gabby Math one might be my favorite. The Gabby Math one is just like excellent. Okay, they now have a clock. Channel Troll is beefy. It is a large critter. Just suit up another land past the turn. It's not long for this world, mind, because the Molder Hulk's going. So there is that. Wonder if we're meant to fog this turn. I guess it's really bad if we draw to Teferi. Like, specifically next turn. I just feel like they're never attacking for this much damage ever again, if this Molder Hulk dies. It's actually kind of tough. I think I'm just going to take this, though. Taking all the turns is great. You get to have so many more turns than your opponent. I'm just gonna take this. I get kind of punished if they just like play nothing for the turn, or if they duress us. I guess that's also rough. I didn't consider them duressing us. Yeah. That's kind of a problem. That's kind of a problem right there. You got to turn 3 kill with goblins. How? What? That's kind of absurd. Brave guy. Also, what is this Assassin's Trophy? This is aggressive. Am I right in thinking this is, like, really aggressive? I guess it stops us making one... No, it stops us making 1 mana Teferi now. No, that's probably correct. Because now they cut us off Teferi into Nexus this turn. That's actually, like, a really heads-up play. Need to roll pretty well from this point. Maybe we just need... Maybe we want more Chemister's Insights in the sideboard. Maybe Chemister's Insight is legit. There's like a legit thing just to have more copies of in the sideboard. For like... Ooh. That's a great draw. Come on, Fog. Huh. Who believes we have a Root Snare on top of our library? I believe we have a Root Snare on top of our library. Yeah. Would have been a Fog in pre-board games. So we actually might have lost the game because this wasn't a Fog, but we need these in for Spyglasses, I think. I think we need these in for Spyglasses. Betrayed by myself. I know. My knight has let me down. So betrayed. I think I'm happy with how we... Actually, the Uncomfortable Chill seems worse than a Pause if they have the Troll. I think I want the Pause if they have the Trolls, because the Trolls are, like, massive. They're so big. Yeah, that makes some amount of sense. I'm like kind of torn about the Lyras. They showed up as soon as they possibly could have. Right on time. I'm kind of torn about the Lyras. The Lyras might be decent here. Like, if they have to trophy a Lyra, that means they're not trophying a Teferi. And it keeps all their creatures at bay. I saw that Tarmaline. That was really upsetting. Although it also made me relieved that I didn't, like, book to go to that one, I guess. So, like, upsides and downsides. But I did see that. That was quite upsetting. Could just bring in a second Lyra over a Knight. Or over the Archaeologist. And now I do feel like there are going to be games where the Archaeologist is decent. Let's do this. Now Chantal can be less mad at you. Yeah, you just made the right call. You broke up the team. Fully aware that it wasn't going to be a team GP anymore. Ooh, this hand is nice. Turn 3 Gift, turn 4 Tef. One could say you were gooby smart. Indeed. Exceedingly so. And we have a Wrath. Wow, this hand is great. This hand is so good. Thanks to the raid. So this Teferi might not be safe if they play another creature next turn. But we still have, like, lots to do. We can just, like, sit here drawing cards with the insights for a little while, since they aren't pressuring us very much. Or they could, like, not play another creature here, and then we get to Teferi them into oblivion. That's also good. Now they have to, like, trophy the Teferi. I'm not going to Fog here. I'm fine with Teferi going to 1. As long as Teferi's alive, that's all that matters. I'm going to save the Fog for future turns. Like, as long as Teferi's drawing cards, we don't actually need to build towards Emblem anytime soon. Molder Hulk. Okay. Plus Teferi. I guess I can just Wrath here. Save my Fogs. I can, like, Wrath and still draw 2, right? Which is just great. What would standard be without Teferi? It'd be so bad, right? What do you think of Chemister's Insight versus Anticipate? It might just be correct to have more Chemister's Insights. So, like, my thinking is the games where you're, like, really desperate for, the games where you're just, like, really desperate to hit a Nexus or a Fog and you draw Anticipate, it is way better than Chemister's Insight in those games. But obviously the games where you're, like, struggling to get things together, you need the draw 2s. Like, there are games where your deck just, like, isn't functioning completely and you just need to, like, dig through raw resources with insights. So, kind of a tough one to figure out which is better. But I think a mix is probably correct, but I prefer insight by, like, a tiny bit. Awesome. Good Nexus of Fate. Can we play this gift this turn? So we play the gift. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so we can. This is just the cleanest living. Cleanest living I have ever seen. Alright, let's keep plussing Teferi. So fire off the draw 2 before I do anything else, in case I find a Nexus. Ditch this forest. Hey there, friend. Teferi is truly the hero of our time. Truer words, Caius. Truer words were indeed never spoken. Take an extra turn. I guess we're just getting down Search now, huh? I'm not going to play out my Knight. Because I want an answer to a Spyglass if they draw one. I don't really think the Knight achieves much here, other than, like, Pressure Vraska, which I don't care about too much. Our opponent had a family. Once upon a time. Oh my gosh. Soon Teferi will exile their family. Oh my god, that is kind of brutal. Ooh, they get back a Memorial to Folly. So they're like 2 turns away from having a Plague Crafter. I guess they can get a Plague Crafter next turn even. Alright. We don't have March. You don't need cards like March to win. You just win the game. Eventually. You win the game in time. We don't have any cards in our yard, do we? Weird. Hopefully I win the game in time. Yeah, we're gonna have plenty of time. I'm gonna ditch this into the yard. I want to fuel my search and get it flipped sooner, and also just like dig deeper towards a Nexus. The Knights of Autumn are sworn to defend the red zone. Oh my god. Ooh, Nexus. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can't do anything with the 9th mana though. I guess I can just like cast a Root Snare to flip the search. The search is probably going to flip if we want it to anyway though, because of its trigger. So this is fine. Boop. You can't exile your own lands. It's a permanence your opponents control, sadly. If only you could exile your own stuff. Just like really make it clear how much you're winning by. Alright, apparently we're drawing a lot of Teferis. What am I doing? What am I doing? With 8 mana. So if I Insight and draw a Nexus, I can still cast it. So I guess I just go ahead and do that. Nice. Nexus of Fate. I would like to go to my next turn. Hey, we're so lucky. Alright, set up the second gift for the mana ramp. Plus Teferi. Ooh, another Nexus. I guess we're not quite deterministic. I'm still going to do this the lazy way where I can easily track how many turns I have there. Because I think it's going to be pretty hard for us to actually lose this. Like, we're very close to deterministic. Upkeep, yeah, we should have an upkeep stop. It doesn't matter though. Like, obviously we should have an upkeep stop. It's a bit late now, but it's going to be very hard for us to whiff at this point. We get to see like 10 cards a turn. And each time we manage to make it, we're like making the deck smaller too. Cast my Nexus. Cast my Teferi. Activate my Azcanta. Get 2 more cards out my deck with this Charter Course. Oh, I have my land drop for the turn. Sick. Yeah, we could have Emblem there, you're right. Doesn't really matter. Nothing actually matters at this point is the thing, Marcus. This is just like 100% deterministic now. So I'm kind of taking actions at random at this point. Like, we literally cannot lose this game from this position. Is the thing. Okay, correction. We can lose the game to time. Tarmaline has seen how we lose this game. Tarmaline has indeed seen how we lose this game. God, if I waited on the charter course, I get to, like, draw 2 and not have to discard. What am I doing? Why am I casting this so aggressively? So aggro. I'm just the most aggro player in the world. Oh. That was kind of delightful. 3-1. The 4-1 dream is live. But before we do that, I'm gonna go get some water. The most aggro turbo fun player. That's a decent correction. Dokamoy. Alright, I will be back in about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm just getting some water, so I've run out. I'll be back momentarily for the 4-1. Cool. Who is ready to 4-1? 4-1 hype. 10 out of 10 Mew. 10 out of 10 Mew is perfection. Literal perfection. In every sense. Thanks for the bits, brave guy. Appreciate you. Where did the... Oh, Gabby Chair is gone, I think. I think Gabby Chair disappeared, as far as I'm aware. Ooh, let's swap this back. Alright. I need this 4-1 desperately. If I get this 4-1, I can justify playing this in the PTQ to myself. Which is, like, all I really want to do. Let's be honest. Yeah, I think she got a bunch of, new emotes and needed some slots free. Alright, it will be on the play. Sounds delightful. This hand's probably fine. A land lets us, like, start divinating with some fogs to buy time. We can chill on free. Just to draw a card. Your crown still eludes you. I think some people have a lot more bits than you at the moment, brave guy. You're currently on 245, and the top 3 spaces are all on 1500. Please do not reignite the Bits War. Oh my god. Ooh, Anticipate. To be honest, against the Drowned Catacomb, Anticipate's probably looking worse than another Insight her. Appreciate you, Marcus. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty well. I am doing pretty well. Enjoying playing this deck. Just like enjoying New Standard generally. It's pretty great. Ooh, mana ramp, you say? So powerful. I'm a bit worried that they're playing the stupid make you discard enchantment. I guess then we just discard fogs, so like we'll live, but disinformation campaign, that's what it is. Disinformation campaign incoming. I can see this matchup being pretty tough, if that's what they're on. I can see disinformation campaign being very good against us. Definitely makes me wish I had more draw twos if that's what they're on. Ooh, they're not on campaign. They're on a bad Surveil deck instead. Sick. They have a counter up or something? Curious. I think I'm just going to cast this Karn. I think this Karn seems pretty great. I'm not going to lie, this Karn seems pretty excellent. Obviously, if they kill the Karn, winning game 1 gets really challenging, but respect. Respect the fungal infection to make a 1/1. So you have a Settle in exile. I think I'm just going to keep plussing then. I don't really care about the Settle. That's a weird silver counter. Yeah, it's like a mining counter, right? They use the counter for multiple purposes, I think. Alright, just pass with Fog Up. Protect this Karn. As long as they don't draw Contempt, I feel like we're in an amazing position here. Okay. That's a strong card. It's not bad. Please don't have Creeping Chills in your deck, opponent. That would be scary. You're rooting for the enemy draft deck. Ah. Right, so that's making the Thoughtbound big enough to attack, which makes sense. So we're just going to go ahead and fire off this Snare. Hopefully they don't find a Contempt and leave it on top, because that will make our life really awkward. Otherwise we're in a pretty good position here, I think. Teferi. That's a strong magic card. Right. So I could just grab the Settle. So I have Settle plus Pause Up. Do I get to have Settle plus Pause Up? Or am I 1 mana short? I get to go 5 for Teferi, untap these. I don't get to have both up. That sucks. So if they have a counter spell, it's like not great for me. So I'm just gonna plus. I'm gonna try and upkeep Pause for Reflection. Ooh. I'm gonna try and upkeep Pause for Reflection in case they tutored a counter spell. With their Doom Whisperer. Nexus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not even close. I could fire off this Charter Course, I guess. And still have Pause for Reflection up. They probably don't have Syncopate or Spell Pierce in their deck. Realistically. So I can probably get away with this. And we're just gonna upkeep this Fog. Resolved, awesome. Alright, we're looking good now. Engine online. They might still have drawn a counter, so like, you know, we have to get through a counter spell, but it's not the end of the world. So I want to grab this Nexus. And I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess if I minused and got the Settle, I would have a Fog in case the Nexus doesn't work, huh? Maybe that was better. Maybe that was better. Anyway. Just gonna go ahead and cast this. Yeah, you're right, Marcus, you're right. I got there eventually, just like a bit too late. Oh, so you're dead. So you're saying you're dead. Awesome. That is a awkward autocorrect, brave guy. That is an awkward autocorrect. What is this? Okay. Still got to like draw 2 at end step, and then next time we go to Teferi into Nexus again. This is like fine, if that was the best thing they could do with their tutor. The tutoring gets a lot more scary for us post-board, I have to imagine, when they have Duresses and Negates in their deck. But pre-board it doesn't really do that much. Don't know if I want an upkeep stop or not, I'm going to figure that out in a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I want to cast Teferi because then I go untap these, have 2, 3, yeah. So I want to just like move to main phase here. Because I have enough mana to Nexus after the Teferi. The Fountain of Renewal plus Dawn of Hope control deck. Oh, did I say anything about that? I know I saw it on... Oh, the like. Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. It looked really sweet. Have you been winning with that Rattleclaw? It looks delightful. I can't work out if it's actually any good, but it looks like a treat. So, have you actually been winning with it? Right, I'm actually going to use my upkeep stop this time. So we're not actually deterministic yet, because we don't have search for Azcanta. So like, sequencing does actually matter at the moment. Chemister's Insight helps a lot though. Probably gets us really close to deterministic. Oh, you're 6-0 with it? Sick. I would be interested in the updated list for sure. It's something I might try out. So we just get to Insight end step. Oh, we also get to fire off the Strata Course, I guess. Whilst we're at it. Found the Azcanta. Okay, we're now deterministic. The Azcanta makes it deterministic. As long as we find one more Nexus. I guess we need to find one more Nexus to be deterministic. Technically. We have like a decent shot at finding it. Even if we don't, we can just like grab this Cleansing Nova and clear their board. And move on with our lives quite happily. Alright, cool, we win. This should mean victory, yes? Oh yeah, we get to do this in end step, don't we? So this means we can get the Azcanta down. Because we get to Nexus and end step. I should also maybe activate my Karn at some point. Now that this is deterministic, I'm just going to make golems to speed up the kill. Boop. Awesome. Thanks, Rattleclaw. Appreciate you. Interested to see it. See the updated version. The deck seemed like really cool. I guess I could have got the Nova to speed up this kill, huh? I don't even need the Teferi emblem to kill them here. I'm silly. I could have just got the Nova to speed this up considerably. This is fine, we're down this line now. We've gone down this road, we can't go back. This is just our life now. Aza's Gate, oh my god. I'm loving this more and more, Rattleclaw. Not gonna lie, Aza's Gateway is some spice. That is a card I enjoy and have not had a chance to play with outside of Limited. So Lyra seems really awkward against the Doom Whisperer deck. I wouldn't mind these though. It's kind of awkward, I can't board in too much stuff because I do need the fogs against them. The Mystic Archaeologists can kill them so I can take out Karn. I guess Karn was kind of great that game, but that was of us on the play. I feel like he's going to be worse post board. Chills are just bad. $20 mana return off Aza's Gateway, oh my god. One of my friends had a deck with a blue-white control deck that would flip Gateway and then like had some X spell to kill your opponent with once the Gateway was flipped. I can't remember what it was. I hope it was more interesting than just like than just Banefire, but Don't know if this is the correct boarding plan. Gonna see how it plays out. I've never played this matchup before. It's kind of a weird matchup because they have aggressive creatures, but they also have lots of disruption. I think this boarding plan seems reasonable though. Okay, this hand is absurd. Just complete nonsense. Turn 2 search, turn 3 gift. Potentially turn 4 Tef. Now if they negate the search, we have a backup. Dreamy. Gonna dig them towards some disruption, huh? Yeah, I might give it a try, Rattleclaw. It actually sounds really fun. I really liked the list when I saw it. Like, I don't know if it's any good based on looking at it, but it looks delightful, which is, like, also pretty great, you know? Hey, I'm going to put this in the graveyard. I kind of want to back up Teferi, but I also want land drops, so... Alright. Negating my gift? Nope. Just stone nothing over there. Cool. I guess they could have the 1 blue-black get rid of all opposing Teferis. That would be unbeatable. I don't think we can actually board against that very well, though, outside of bringing in these negates and, like, hoping we randomly have mana up when they go for it. Let's just put this in the yard. Fire off my charter course, dig for land drops. Get rid of this spare Azcanta here. I'm not in a terrible position. They're not, like, attacking for much at the moment. Not really under much pressure. We got the search ticking up. I guess they could Doom Whisperer here, but then they're not holding up Negate, which is really dangerous for them. I still can't believe that. I was, like, amazed when I saw that. I already want to hit my land drop this turn, but I've got Charter Course for that, so I think I'm just going to dump this in the yard to guarantee that Search flips, and I'm not going to cast Teferi into, like, negate mana here. Just completely unnecessary doing that. Alright. This is interesting. Only having 2 Teferis left is a really dangerous proposition. It's like legitimately terrifying. I think I'm just meant to get rid of the gift. Like, I really want all the extra mana, but I think only having 2 Teferis left in the deck is actually really dangerous. We could lose because of that. Like, they untap, they duress us, they hold up like a pair of negates. Suddenly we're in this really awkward position against like another discard spell. Interesting. I'm just going to counter this. They're only going to take a negate anyway, and this gets rid of their scry. Like, now that we have 3 Teferis in hand, they like 100% take a negate there, so... I keep leaving cards on top. It's kind of annoying. I want to hit my land drop for turn, I think. And then just activate search. Yeah, I could toss, if I cast Teferi, I don't get to activate search. I kind of just want to activate search here. I think that seems reasonable. Like, if they're not pressuring me, I can afford to just, like, slowly draw cards. This might be game over. I guess we need to board in Lyras because of this card. Maybe. Or more negates. Like, the extra negate maybe needs to come in. That deck is terrifying for us to play against. I am legitimately finding this terrifying because of Unmoored Ego. I guess I need to keep the Karn in the deck too, huh? On the same basis. Negate is amazing. This is more... I think this deck is more legitimate. Like, this is something you could realistically see, I think. Definitely think that's the case. I think now's the turn we Teferi. Because it protects us from, like, Unmoored Ego plus Negate backup, maybe? There's, like, a decent chance this resolves. They'd need to have Negate plus Spell Pierce, basically. Or Disdainful Stroke plus Spell Pierce. So I think we just want to, like, go for this. 100% plussing, so I get to activate Azcanta again. Even hit my land drop, amazing. Alright. With Teferi on board, I think we're in a good position again. So if they can tempt Teferi, we just... Oh my god, that's pretty good. I mean, I get to activate Azcanta and just cast a new one, right? Doesn't actually accomplish much, I guess. I guess it doesn't actually do that much. Provided they don't have, like, a negate for the follow-up Teferi. If they have a negate for the follow-up Teferi, then they have, like, a draw step to hit Unmoored Ego. Yeah, it's still pretty good. It's still definitely pretty good. Agree. And the Night Veil Sprite means we can't, like, aggressively minus with Teferi as well on the Eldest Reborn. So I guess we could still lose this game. If their final card is a good one. Nexus. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I want this. Alright, I'm just gonna go for this Teferi. If it resolves, we're in, like, a really good position, so... Awesome. Might win the game now. I'm gonna go for this Nexus. We only get punished by, like, Spell Pierce. In which case, whatever. Clearly Teferi, Stephen. Clearly Teferi. Is there any question? Cast my Nexus of Fate. Oh, I shoved this upkeep stop. I got there just in time? No, I didn't. I suck. Alright, well. I keep doing that. I actually remembered this time. As well. Thanks, Swan. Appreciate it. Cool, so now we get to activate Azcanta here. Start digging for Nexuses. Or a Nexus, I guess. We're going to play another league. I'm planning on heading off in a little over an hour. Because I really have to go food shopping. I just don't have any food in at the moment. I don't think we're going to get through a whole league in an hour. I might play some of a different deck though. Might play some green-white tokens. Nexuses. Okay, Nexuses is good. An hour is probably understating things. I can be around for like a couple hours, but I need to get to the shops before they close. I can probably, like... I probably have like a couple hours, which is enough time for a tokens league, pretty easily. Can definitely get through a Tokens League in that time. I want to try out Bounty Hunters in the 2-drop slot. I think Bounty Hunters might be the 2-drop we want. Or a Fog League. We'll play some more Fog tomorrow, I imagine. I'm really enjoying this deck. Like, an unreasonable amount. And by an unreasonable amount, I mean the appropriate amount. Admittedly, I might need to restart Modo before the Tokens League, because we are lagging like crazy. Oh no, Amara's good. I like Amara. I think Sapling Migration is medium. But I want more 2-drops, because you board out the Sapling Migrations a lot. Which is, like, kind of a problem. Because you end up just, like, making your curves so high in post-board games. Sick, 4-1. 4-1 is great. Let's open one of the chests. I don't open all of them, but I kind of want one victory chest. Teferi's Protection. Until your next turn, your life total can't change, and you have protection from everything. All permanents you control phase out. Okay. It was meant to be the destined chest opening. Card used to be like $25, seriously? Jeez.